in the case for a film also, you put the disclaimer at the beginning of the film. By putting the disclaimer during the film or during the scenes which are taking place, you know. In fact, I just want to say, all of you should have seen the film Godfather. And I think so, it is Al Pacino, the Godfather character. He comes and he smokes. As soon as he comes, it takes a lot of time creating each frame. This becomes a huge hindrance and a disturbance. It becomes to the ISO to the frame. It comes 5 seconds in advance and 5 seconds later also. So next, when we show here a person smoking, and the next scene is a person praying to God. So smoking is injurious to health. So agarbattis are lit there. So agarbatti is also injurious to health. So the basic thought is this disclaimer should come in the beginning of the film.
Yeah,
on the end.
That's the correct way to do it. Absolutely. I mean, there is we have a notion of certification, sir. But what Mr. Ramesh Sippy was saying earlier, we were having a discussion. The members of the certification, the committee members should be chosen with great care, because ultimately they are the people, and there should be a set of guidelines on who could be a member of this committee, because they take a decision which affects the creativity, the revenue of a lot of people and of the film industry, and it should not be, I'm sorry to say, but often so-and-so's relative. Right? Or it should not be that at one point they say, oh, you can go to the south and get your film censored and not come here, or reverse. I mean, if you are talking frankly, then this was how it was and this is how it is, you know. So essentially, a lot of these decisions and a lot of these problems can be, minimized if you have the kind of person there who can take an informed judgment on the film and does not allow his personal morality to intrude in cinema. What would you say? Are you yourself, as someone who's taken over the central board now, happy with the selection of the committee members? I'm just coming to the...
By saying this, that he hasn't chosen them.
No, he hasn't. That's why I said, are you satisfied with
he's in an awkward position to say whether they're rightfully there.
Or would you say that they should be chosen with great care from now on?
I think... No, I think the fair thing would be the system itself needs overhauling.
Yeah.
And whoever comes on board, like they do in an entry exam, they should be examined, not in any negative way, but what kind of views they hold about life, how do they see life. If they are non-prejudiced people, then they should be taken on the board, otherwise they should not be taken.
Yeah, and the second point now which needs to be discussed really fairly, and why, certification is all that should happen, because like a lot of people say, 1 year down the line, 4G is going to become a reality. You're going to watch everything, everywhere, all the time. So you need to be prepared for that eventuality. How are we, or how is the Central Board of Film Certification, going to deal with that eventuality where everybody is watching everything anyway? So, I mean, and then the area where you tend to control most, I think, in India, is in cinema, which is by itself a voluntary act. We don't force anyone to go and see a film. We put it up and we say, buy a ticket if you like it, like my promo, like whatever. Instead of television, which sometimes has far more freedom in the serials or in the news, or in the news, which is something that is not a voluntary act, which sometimes intrudes. So in this, this is not, let me tell you, an attack on you. This is a society, this is how we have to deal with it, and how do we figure this out,
Sudhir, I'll just answer your previous question 1 minute. I'll take for the previous question about the members. I'm being a little bit blunt.
Yep. Please. What's the point otherwise?
Yeah. We have got few politically unemployed, few politicians sitting in the censor members. Because this is one. And second, every member, when he comes to watch a film, he comes with various moods. And those moods reflect the censor cuts, which is there on the channel, which is freely viewed. If I do the same in my film, it is chopped.
Yeah, that itself is...
That is, to start with, just think, it can be shown in any TV channel, because any characters, any politicians, I'm just, these cartoon characters, everything, which can be shown. But in case I do it in my film...
In fact, television gets away, and specifically, Bobby, we can talk about this later. Television gets away, I think, because it hides behind the press and the freedom of the press, and we are not given the same, they are under a self-censorship code, which is where the film industry as a medium of expression should come, actually, and that, I think, is the solution to it all, or is it not?
Books and...
because the Cinematograph Act, by itself, because we are under the Ministry of, not under the Ministry of Culture, we are under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, which deals with, among other things, publicity, propaganda.
They are always trying to put the moral responsibility on the movie maker for
society.
That is consistently, constantly
so.
That whatever you're showing, don't look at it like this. Look at it that you are responsible members of society. Should you be showing all these things? And we're trying to make a movie. We're trying to make tell a story. And above all, we're trying to do a business.
And we are not politicians. We are not politicians. It's as simple as that. We are not trying to make any political statement over here. The film is just a film. It's point A to point B. The in between, whatever there is, that's our creativity. So, I mean, there should be a license given for that. I feel it should be, that license.
Personally, I always think, and this is a British archaic law, by which it was brought under the INB ministry, which was because it was propaganda and stuff like that. And that, I think, is the first thing maybe that needs to be changed, and which the film industry should fight for instead of the other thing. The moment it comes under the Ministry of Culture, you'll see a change.
No such law exists in England even.
No such law exists in England. So I'll leave the floor open to the, we'll start with Bobby Bedi. Can you get a mic, please? Please keep the question, please ask a question. We all know that you're much smarter than everybody sitting in the panel.
You say that, yes, I'm saying above 15 can't go in. Now let them stop it. Don't become moralistic about it. At the moment,
yeah. I think that is what we do. We don't say that children can't go this thing. When they
no, I've had that कि आपको तो पता है कि यू और यूए में कुछ फर्क नहीं है, लोग बच्चे तो जाएंगे. नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता है.
My job is only certification. I don't.
I'm saying don't use the mindset in certification. I'm not referring to you specifically. You don't certify, it's your colleagues who do. But I think you need to pass that message down that when you're certifying, please assume that, yes, 15 below can't see it and they will not be allowed. And let the administration do that. Don't make a value judgment on that.
It's just a advice, suggestion, an experience that he's had, Yeah.
Quick couple of points. One, just to update on the Cinematograph Act. I think and it has been with the Justice Mudgal Committee. Personally, we have, as Film Guild, given a lot of inputs, and the issues what have been mentioned have been addressed. Yeah, so it is a question of the new act has to be tabled in the parliament. That's where the new government comes in, it will happen. Secondly, on the smoking issue, we discussed about disclaimer and other areas. The major damage which this act can do is the editorial part, which we have not spoken about. You as a filmmaker have to justify to the certification board why you want to show smoking in the film. It means that maybe you have to submit your script in the future to justify whether the smoking should be allowed or not. That is the most dangerous part.
That's right.
That's where the challenge, Mr. Mahesh Bhatt, the case in Supreme Court is pending for 1.5 years, 2 years now. Questioning the authority on editorial.
That's absolutely, so that's the whole case that, you cannot just leave the frame out of it. I mean, you cannot intrude into the frame from the